Secret friends, unite!
Hey, secret friends, welcome back to Oops! All Thunderdome. This is our topic show where we tackle the big issue of the week, the big exciting thing, the buzz, what's happening. And I am joined by two super ladies to talk about a super girl. This episode, of course, my lovely wife, April. Hello, darling.
Hello.
And returning super champion, our friend, Joe Colton of Joe Colton Cosplay. Joe, hello.
Hello.
Good.
I'm excited to be here.
Good to have you. Are we going to end up talking about a movie someday that we like? We'll find out.
I mean, I liked Masters of the Universe.
But we didn't talk. But you weren't on that show with me.
No.
I know.
I was driving back.
I know. We were so close. We'll get one, though. I swear to God. Okay. We are going to be talking about 2026's Supergirl here in a moment. The highs, the lows, etc. But first and foremost, I always want to give some love and respect to the wonderful people over on our Secret Friends Unite Patreon over at patreon.com/secretfriendsunite, including all of the wonderful people that joined us at Trek Long Island, which we were super psyched about. Folks who joined as free members that are getting updates and stuff off of our website. You folks, maybe you're not hearing this. Maybe you're trying out for 1 week for free and getting the audio, which we would love. But we have exclusive shows over there, including what is nearly our wrap-up of Ron Moore's Battlestar Galactica on the Facts of Geek Life, a Bad Movies podcast that April and I do once, which is about to go monthly. We have an exclusive channel on our Discord, and all of our shows do come out early on our Discord, so you get to listen to those quickly and expeditiously over on that channel. First week is free, as I mentioned. You can also just join as a free member, of which we're glad to have so many new people. Half off your first month and stay on board for as little as $2 a month. That is a lot of entertainment for $2. Patreon.com/secretfriendsunite. Okay, done plugging. Let's talk about Supergirl. Everybody bite your tongue until we get all the particulars out. But this is, unsurprisingly, I always like to read the details. American superhero film based on the eponymous character from DC Comics, directed by Craig Gillespie and written by Anna Nogueira. We watched a couple of videos, honey. Is that how I say her name?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. This is the second film in the DC universe, or the DCU. DC Studios, I think, rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Starring Millie Alcock as Kara Zor-El /Supergirl, who travels across the galaxy on a murderous quest for revenge. What a terrible description of that movie. That's not what the movie is about. What the hell? Matthias, not going to try his last name. Anybody else want to give that a stab?
Nope.
No.
Okay, great. Is the villain. Eve Ridley, David Krumholtz, Emily Beecham, David Cornsweet, who is Superman, and Jason Momoa accompany the cast. The film was produced by Peter Safran and James Gunn of DC Studios. The film, announced in January 2023, is supposedly adapting the 2021 and 2022 comic book miniseries Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bilquis Evely. Joe, have you read that miniseries? Because I have, and I loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Knowing
very
April, now that we're talking about it, she'll read one issue saying that she's interested and then never hear from it again.
If I remember correctly, I did read one issue.
Okay, great. So you are ahead of the game. Now you can read the second issue.
You are so mean.
I know.
I love you, April.
April and I have a complex about reading things in so much that we don't do it. But yes, So Nogueira was hired in November of 2023. Alcock was cast the following January and debuted in 2025 Superman as the character. Filming took place in January of May 2025 in Levingston, over in the UK, Warner Brothers Studios, and in Scotland, which there's definitely some great jump out shots of Scotland. The film theatrically released by Warner Brothers on June 26th, so just a few days ago after we were recording. Part of the DCU's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, receiving mixed reviews from critics and has grossed globally $29 million. And usually, for my purposes, I think about domestic because it's part of our summer movie challenge, by which I may have put this about midway, and I'm going to regret doing that because on an estimated budget of $175 million, it's only Saturday when we're recording this. It pulled about 18 million on Friday. So they're predicting potentially a run of under 40 million for the weekend. So it's got a very long way to go to make that money back.
Yeah.
On the tomato meter, this is not a certified fresh film. It is a 57% not meeting
Who
these.
even listens to Rotten Tomatoes anymore?
I
They have proven so often that they suck.
Now, good point to that, because 76% of the audience score likes it. So you get a thumbs up over there. So yeah, case in point, you're correct. It's just rarely a good sign when something can't hit the fresh.
Yeah.
But we're going to break that down. So, okay. As you guys know, and I'll remind you, my Marquis of Queensberry rules, we go no spoilers. We give a non-spoilery rating, and then we get into spoilers. So let's get the party started. Our 4 categories. When we break down under that, the top line review, no spoilers. Favorite moments, this is when we get into spoilers. Missed opportunities, weird plot holes, etc. We keep spoiling, and then we wrap it up with final thoughts, and I give a couple of fun facts. So, Joe, give me a non-spoilery out of 10 vibe of this film.
Oh, okay. I was hopeful.
Same.
Not disappointed, but disappointed. Kind of like, I wanted more, so I was gonna give it like a 7.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only negative Nancy. April.
I'm not negative.
No. Me. When it circle back to me, I'm going to be like, "Rawr, rawr, rawr." But April, please.
I rated it before I looked at your number,
Okay.
but I rated it a 6.
Oh my gosh. So you don't want people to think you're ripping me off, because I rated it at 6.
I know.
Okay.
And I think my big issue is that I couldn't disengage from comparing it to Superman 2025, which I adored and have watched several times. I mean, that film ticked all the boxes for me, and it felt good. There was a great message, and this movie had absolutely no great vibe and no great message, and ended in kind of a wump. One of the videos that we watched that I tagged illustrates just how far from the source material they went. And I know April looked into it a bit more than I did, so I'll let her talk about that when we get there. So, okay, let's open the floodgates. And spoilers are good. They're okay now. Joe, what's some favorite spoilery moments?
I liked how you got to see how much her power is. Like how strong she is, regardless of like where, like what sun she's under.
Right, like she knows how to kick ass.
Yeah, other than the green sun.
Yeah,
and
which was weird. Never heard of that.
It was made for the movie. It's not a real thing. So
yeah, it's not a real thing and a thing of real, not real things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved the flashbacks.
Yes,
I really, really loved the flashbacks. So I liked seeing more of her before she became emo.
Yes.
And she was like a kid. And it makes you understand, like, because she does go through the hero's journey, right? Like she does. Right. So it's not like she doesn't. So my other favorite part was the love she has for her dog. It's like her home, right? So wherever the dog is her home, which did bring me to tears. But they didn't I wanted more. Like she needed to grow more. Anyways, those are my favorite.
We'll circle back.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it positive in this first portion.
Right.
April, some things that you enjoyed.
My sentiments are actually very similar to Joe's. So I loved the background that you received on Kara, and I loved her relationship with the dog. And then, yes, exactly. He's the only piece that she has left, because you find out that right before all of the events took place in Krypton, that's when she got the dog.
Mhm.
So he is all she has left, because as we find out, her cousin can't even speak the language.
Yeah.
So when they first met, he was like all earthy, and she's
She's all
she
earthy.
doesn't feel that connection even to her cousin,
Right.
because they're not from the same place. And so the only thing she has is her dog. So I loved seeing that. And then I loved her backstory, although there are pieces of her backstory that I found annoying, but we can get to that in the missed opportunities.
Right.
But beyond that, I loved seeing more of her. So all of the things that weren't the revenge journey, that's what I like.
Revenge journey.
Yeah.
I did also like at the end where she said that she's home for Clark. Like,
Yeah.
she understood. Like, so there was a growth.
Right.
Yeah.
The
A little
revenge
bit.
journey.
Yeah.
Or sounds like a one of those fake Seinfeld movies like Rochelle, an erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. The revenge journey from Milan to Minsk.
Yes.
I can't believe I only wrote down one thing. I liked and couldn't place Seth Rogen as the bouncer on the bus. She's on the one bus, and I'm like, do buses have bouncers? Yeah, that was his voice. It was
that little guy.
The little guy.
So I hate Seth Rogen.
Okay, so we'll just kind of flip that on. That's good, because there's an actor in the second part
didn't even know
who I absolutely despise that I can talk about. But I thought that was I liked the little flush cameos and stuff, but for other stuff, like I loved the hell out of Crypto. He was one of the absolute greatest parts of Superman 2025.
Yeah.
But I don't like that he was totally wasted in this film. Like, we didn't even really get anything super fun out of him. He was
licking her and being excited at the end, and like how like he learned to pee on the newspaper. You don't.
I mean, that was cute. Yeah.
And they gave that away, and that was a piece of the trailer, so that it wasn't like, oh, that's we were prepared for that. So
yes, they started right after that trailer, and then like it was like it was like the whole. I was like, why? Like nothing. Like exactly the trailer.
Yeah, and it was very. It was a weak run up, I think, because the movie just started, and it was like right into that bit, and it was like, oh, we're doing funny stuff with. Now I'm getting into the bitchy parts. I'm sorry, but it's like, oh, we're doing funny stuff. We're trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, and it leans so very hard. But I'll get into that. All right, well, let's shift. We'll keep it going in kind of this counterclockwise fashion as I'm looking at you anyway, Joe. Missed opportunities. Strange plot holes, etc. Let's go for it, because my list is long. I feel bad that my list is long, but maybe maybe you guys will touch that before I do, which is fine.
So what they missed or what I didn't like?
Both.
Okay, so they missed a good opportunity with Lobo. They didn't actually show how powerful he is. Like, he is stronger than Wolverine, basically. He's like an immortal. So
okay.
They missed that. The other thing I did like was that she is like actually good, but she's doing this weird, like they made her do this weird thing where she's like, I choose alcohol over everything. And I was like, okay, I get that you're like this 20 in Earth years, 20 some odd, and you're depressed, and like
she leans super hard. It's so hard leaning.
It's almost it's too much, right?
Yeah.
But then she's all drunk and like dancing, and then a guy takes this girl's sword, and she's like, "Oh wait, I gotta save the sword." Like, what are we
Let me stumble outside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she's like Elektra. She's like, bonk, 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 boop, boop.
But she's still intoxicated.
Right.
I was like,
I fight better when I'm drunk. He's like the guy who says he wants to drunk drive, right?
Yeah.
I fight better when I've had a few.
This is not drunken master.
Drunken master.
Like, right. yeah. Or what is it? Is it drunk monkey? Drunken monkey?
Sure.
Whatever the Japanese. I was like, come on, what are we doing here? I like that she had her own spaceship, but I didn't like that she's like, it's dirty and like she's drunk and
Right.
it's worse than like a 20-year-old's dorm room. Like I was like, do you never clean? Like, and she's like, the dog's eating off the floor of like
and pissing on the floor, and she's like,
and I was like, okay.
She's like, oh, good job pissing on the paper, buddy. I'm like, that's not a good. Well, of course, where's he gonna pee? You got to teach me to use the toilet if it's in the spaceship, right?
Yes, but also like you're eating out of the same bowl. Like
she looks like she lives in a disgusting mobile home because it just
like
it's got
like
that vibe.
Homeless, but I'm like, okay, you're
in a spaceship.
clearly not homeless.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I didn't like. I don't know. I don't know how I would react if I was like my entire planet got destroyed, but I don't think I would just give up living.
Right. But still want to fly around the cosmos and be like, I'm going to get drunk everywhere I can. I don't know, April.
And
I was going to say, give us something good, but we're talking about the bad. So give us something bad.
And keep your fabulous apartment.
You're right.
Yeah. But there were quite a few things that I didn't love. So I thought since they were living in this mini, what was the name? Argo City.
Yeah, Argo City.
They were living there for 9 years, 9 years. Because
or longer than that, because she was like maybe 11 or 12 when they shot her off. And just judging by her appearance, she looked like she was maybe even 13. You know what I mean?
So they were there for many years because she was born there.
20 years, we'll call it, yeah.
And the kryptonite didn't cause any issues until the end. Like, that didn't make any sense to me.
So it did. They just didn't explain it well. Like, it was starting to kill people, but they hid it from the residents of Argos.
That people were dying. Nothing to see here.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was only affecting like certain people because then her mom got sick and then David Krumholtz got sick.
Yeah.
But then Millie never got sick. Supergirl never got sick. So that seemed kind of weird. Like, was he hanging out in places he shouldn't be? But
probably.
Yeah, I guess he's hanging out.
And there's also no other children. Like, did no one else have sex?
They didn't bring any kids. They were like, fuck them kids.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many things that I think are odd.
Like, she plays with her mom. I was like, so there's a dog and no other children.
And no other dogs. Where'd the dog come from? The dog's a puppy. So where did the dog come from?
So great.
Yeah. So many interesting things.
So great.
And then as I said, I didn't actually read the comics, but we've watched some synopsis videos and I've done some research. So from what I understand, in the comic, she was just on a revenge plot again because this person killed
Krem, the bad guy.
Yes, Krem,
killed the girl's father.
Correct.
She was not after like saving Crypto. And I understand that they felt the need to have this additional weight, but we
gotta
did
have a fetch
this.
quest.
We did this already in Superman. So
right,
it was
exactly.
Just like, why does Crypto keep getting caught? And
also,
why is he always
powers too?
Right.
Yes, exactly. Like,
he's like,
come on, people.
He's like
Just
any
give
kid
us
in any
something
sci-fi show.
different.
Right.
Give us
He's like
something
Wesley
different.
Crusher. Yeah. He's the Wesley Crusher of Superman. Oh.
Except Crypto's liked.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I adore Crypto, but in the comic, Crypto was a part of the story all along.
Yeah.
Right. That's a weak shift. And the end, and again, the end is one of the weaker takes because, and again, we watch analysis videos from Screen Crush. Ryan Erie is a friend of mine. He's been on the show. And Eric Voss over at New Rockstars. And they pointed out in the end, they kind of brutalized Krem, like he chopped his hand off. And then they stuck him in the Phantom Zone and that was it. Kara didn't just straight up fucking murder him like, this one's for me and this one's for the dogs. I jam it in your throat. It's like, what are you doing?
So it's funny that you say that. I did like that she told the girl to turn around and not become that.
Look at the flowers, Lizzie.
She'll never, like, she doesn't want her to become as, I don't know, disenchanted. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Now I got to get the girl drinking.
Yeah. But she's like, that guy should die. And then she kills him. And I was like, okay, I don't know if Supergirl would be like that. However, earlier on, she had said, Clark is the hopeful one. I am the realistic one. And I was like, okay, because
that's a
you
turn.
put that line in.
Yeah.
Right. Who else strongly disliked Jason Momoa like I do? I didn't love him as Aquaman, and I don't know much about Lobo as a character, but I feel like he didn't add much to the story at all. I just found him kind of obnoxious. I don't know.
Yeah, I found him annoying, but
he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, okay.
In the comics.
So he's like Wolverine, right? Like you said, there's some, but he's like a cosmic Ghost Rider, or maybe he's a little bit more like Wonder Woman, where he's an immortal or something. So he's like this big. I suppose I could give him a Google and learn. Like I said, I'm always more of a Marvel guy, so I know those characters better than that. But apparently, this was Momoa's dream gig. He always wanted to do this.
He wanted to be Lobo. He also looks like Lobo. So.
That's fair. That's fair. But this was not a redemption of him being a crappy Aquaman, which I just really did not care for those films. I'm sorry. I don't know. Am I being too harsh? Is this like the role he was born to play? Joe, I won't say you're defending, but you're doing a better job than I am. So what do you think about him as Lobo?
So like he smoked the cigars, he like destroys the cities, he's like a solo act. So it's like, yeah, I get it. He was like almost like not a comic relief, but like they kind of made him like the anarchy or
anarchist.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, because the movie also had to stay PG, so he couldn't go around like lobbing people's heads off. So I liked him better as Lobo. I did like him as Aquaman.
Okay, that's fair.
The first one, right?
Yeah.
The first one. The second one, I was like, this is an awful, like,
it was very unnecessary. And it was when they were already killing off the Snyderverse. So like, well, we got to release this movie. And it was it was laughably bad, in my opinion.
If they wanted to make a buddy cop movie, like the two of them, they could have made one. But anyways, we digress. But yeah, I liked him as Lobo. I thought I because they had to do a PG, so they couldn't really torture him. They couldn't do they just had him in a cell, and I was like, what a waste.
Yeah, he's just chilling there. Yeah. And then he's sitting there like, well, get me out of here eventually. Also, and then he goes.
How did they get him? At the time, he was like beating a guy up. And like, I don't know.
And he also gets back his fancy motorcycle too. So apparently that's pretty easy. Yeah. Oh
it's his kryptonite.
It's his kryptonite. Take his, you're right. Took his bike and then he couldn't. Anybody else really kind of turned off by the thing that shits popcorn and then they eat it and like, this tastes like crap? Like, was that the cheapest whack joke that they could have?
I was so grossed out. I almost puked in my own popcorn bucket. I was like, popcorn. What is that?
At least they're not selling that thing as a popcorn bucket.
And then she's like, this tastes awful. And I was like, it's shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was almost like she was trying to riff off. It was a bit from Austin Powers where he's drinking the coffee and he said, this coffee tastes like shit. Oh my God.
I did kind of enjoy, but kind of didn't, the girl fight with the teleporters. And I was like, I think it was a neat sequence.
Sure, true.
But I also was like, who are these people?
Right.
They're just robbers?
Right.
And totally irrelevant to the story afterwards.
And why are they the ones that have the information, not the guys smuggling people across the galaxy?
Because as they say in pitch meeting, because the movie needs to happen. Pretty right. Just keep dragging it out. All right, let's try to wrap this up with some final thoughts before we try to do some fun trivia. Please.
I wanted to ask you guys, did you like her as Supergirl?
Millie Alcock as Supergirl?
Yeah. Like just her. Like, how like Henry Cavill looked the part, but had a horrible script.
Right.
New Superman also looks the part.
Right.
Good script, but is she believable as Supergirl? Did you like her as Supergirl?
It's I don't know. I'm gonna defer. April?
I do.
Okay.
But in this context, because they're doing it with this Supergirl.
Because she's a little rough and tumble.
Yeah.
She's a kind of a rough and tumble, like, oh, I'm drinking and I'm angry and brr, brr, brr. Yeah, she fits the bill for that. But Supergirl as like being like Superman, even though, and it's funny, you flip the script talking about Cavill and his story being terrible. Helen Slater back in the 80s, and April and I are going to talk about that movie on our Bad Movies podcast in a couple of weeks here. She really embodies what Supergirl looked like. The rest of the Supergirl, like the one from Crisis and the one in pre-Crisis, most from the 50s and 60s, totally nailed it. So, but even looking at the art of the book from the Woman of Tomorrow, I don't know. I think maybe she looks a bit like, but that Supergirl wore her Supergirl outfit the whole time. She wasn't wearing Debbie Harry t-shirt and jeans and a trench coat and sunglasses and being wasted. So I'm like, that's not even the look of the. My biggest gripe, if I'm doing final thoughts, so I'll just jump forward. And again, I know I'm crapping all over this, but it was such great source material that, and April had a thought on this as well, because she did some research. Whoever was doing the screenplay, maybe doing the editing, looked at that and said, nah, I kind of want to do my own thing. So
why do they do like it? Just why?
So they took such great source material of this journey of discovery and a great ending where the villain is punished but not executed, which is just really not what I think of when I think of, kind of the House of L kind of way of doing stuff. And just like, well, it was a gritty ending. I thought Krem as a villain, I think he kind of sucked. He wasn't clever. He was just kind of a dipshit, I don't know. I just...
Yes, it was more like a mustache turning, like,
I'm kidnapping girls. Where in the comic, and this was illustrated in one of the videos, they were this race that went around the galaxy just murdering people and causing genocide and burning cities down. And this guy's like, this is Epstein's Island in space, is basically what they made it look like. It was just, it was bad.
Also, they could have expanded that the stealing, like trafficking of girls, especially like right now, like all like the parallels. You could have made it so much better,
right?
And then the girl who was on a vengeful quest could have turned around and been like, "This is how I'm gonna make weapons, teach these girls how to defend themselves, save them with Kara Zor-El," and then like that's her whole goal now, is to like go off and be a hero.
Like Captain Marvel at the end of that one, she's like, I'm gonna go back and destroy the Kree, and I'm gonna, and so she's like, she goes off to do something good, where Kara's just like, I'm gonna kill this guy and then I'm gonna break out.
And it's still my birthday. Would you like to go drinking with me in another place?
I know. You want to go drinking? You're 11. Yeah. Would you like to go drinking with me?
Yes, exactly. I'm sure your aunt will be fine with it.
Absolutely horrible.
She's not going to miss you another 2 days, 3.
Yeah. While you're getting drunk and doing Space Molly or whatever the hell else is that she was doing. Jesus Christmas. All right. Final thoughts, April, please.
Mine's the same. I just wish they had stayed more true to the source material, because one of the videos we watched actually mentioned, and I think some of the documentation that we have also mentioned, that the actual director didn't read the comics. He wanted to stay true to the script itself, because the screenwriter wrote the script. He wanted to stay true to the script.
Oh, that why are people who don't read the source material? This goes back to The Witcher. Why, if you're not going to read it, write a screenplay and then don't, like, I don't know.
It's
bad. Whatever.
It's not.
You can't win.
I throw my hands up. I know. Oh my God.
So,
yes, please.
My final thought is the only good thing that I can see is like they're going to make another movie, right? They're setting this up, right? So they made Argo City, right? Because after Krypton survived.
And it's still out there, but everybody might be dead.
Yeah. or whatever. They're setting it up for Brainiac, which is cool.
They teed it up.
They teed it up. Somebody, for the love of God, read the comics, please.
Right. Get a great Brainiac, because they're making the movie right now, right? And again,
are they right now?
Yeah, that's the Man of it was, the Man of Tomorrow comes out next summer, or the Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the Brainiac movie. Okay.
That's heavily implied, or that may be something that's documented. I don't know, but that's the direction. And Supergirl will be back for that. And it's a team up movie with Superman and Lex Luthor, and he's wearing that classic green and purple armor.
Yeah, I saw that. He looks great.
Yeah. So that. I know, but so this was it was just like kind of a wedge. It's like we got to.
So, side thought, why is it that all of the female-led superhero movies are terrible, or comic-related movies are terrible?
Black Widow wasn't terrible.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yes.
Right.
But Age of Ultron was.
Lots of others were.
Right.
Yes.
Thunderbolts, if you want to consider her to be the main character, but she was great in it. So, but yeah, you're right. The solo, like Captain Marvel's a great example. First movie was pretty cool, but it was also kind of a buddy cop movie with her and Sam Jackson. Second movie, 3 women. Sorry, did not. No, and nobody liked it.
I don't know what they were trying in that movie. Like there was 3 ideas by 3 separate people in 3 different rooms.
Right.
For that
it's like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. You know what I mean?
Well, I was thinking more about like Madam Web, and some of those things are really
big. April.
You had to play that card,
right? Yes.
The best thing about Madam Web was her costume at the end for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. You could have
done.
Walked in.
Great. It was over.
Oh my God! When it was over. All right. Let me give some trivia, and maybe we'll try to say something positive. So, Supergirl, as we know, is accompanied by Crypto in this adaptation. Now, this is what breaks my heart. In the comics, she is also famously has Streaky the Super Cat. That's what was missing. I love cats too. I think we really should have it. James Gunn had been asked if Streaky is going to be part of the DCU, and he said, if my cat had superpowers, I'd be the only human alive. Not in the near future. No, cats would really kill people, wouldn't they? Because they're really not friendly. It's true.
Yeah, we work for them.
Yeah, we work for them. So that would be, like the whole Overlord thing that Superman's parents wanted him to do. If they had sent Streaky, it would have been a world of cats.
Which is weird because that was never like growing up. That was I think it was just one comic where it was like they changed the origin where they sent him off to Earth to become a god. But every other instance that I've read Superman, his parents just wanted him to survive and help people. So I was like, I did not like that.
Yeah, exactly. His parents were like, and by the way, have a bunch of wives and F humanity.
Yeah,
exactly. The
Mega
Woman of Tomorrow
invaded them.
Yeah, right. So this says the Woman of Tomorrow miniseries was inspired by True Grit and in 1969 in the True Grit remake, which was a wonderful remake of that film with Haley Steinfeld. I thought, if you've never seen it, it was a John Wayne original back in the 60s. It was a Western.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, yes. The Matthias, who is Krem, was Zack Snyder's second choice for the role of Bruce Wayne, Batman. Can you see that guy as Batman?
Wait, I need to Google, I need to see this while you're talking.
What he looks like without all the...
They showed a picture of it in one of the videos we were watching.
Piercings that also come off? That's the guy? Wow.
Yeah. No, he really has all those BBs really in his face.
He is more attractive than he appears in the movie. That's
yes.
For sure.
And his hands. He had it on his hands, too. It was
oh, God.
Weird.
You get it. It was an explosion in a BB factory. Sasha Calle had signed a multi-picture deal with DC Studios and Warner Brothers to reprise her role from The Flash as the Supergirl in that film. Before the change, she then admitted it was frustrating, no shit, since she had originally shot an ending of The Flash that was supposed to pave her way for future adventures as part of her multi-film contract, kind of like The Rock as Black Adam. Remember that? He's like, I'm running DC now. And Cavill showed up and they're both out. So it's like, just don't count your chickens. I think when you work for DC.
I liked Sasha Cale in The Flash.
Yeah.
I hated The Flash.
Yeah. I think we watched it because that was from 2023. We watched it maybe last year, and I found parts of it that I enjoyed because I enjoyed seeing Michael Keaton come back as Batman.
Right.
That was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, but as far as with Ezra Miller, the stink on that guy will probably never go away. He is a lunatic. It was
funny. They were saying that they were debating whether to replace him, but they didn't want to confuse people. I was like, no one's confused. You can have the same guy. Yeah. Like you can take
and the Flash had a whole TV show.
Film.
Yeah, they had a whole TV show, The Flash, and you're having a different guy than that.
Grant Gustin could have done it.
Yeah. Oh God. And happily so. And then finally, this is a story that's been making rounds that I like. Millie Alcock says my cape in the film was remade from using material from the original Superman cape from 1978. Yeah. There were 16 meters of that material. So that's in the back of my cape now, because of course those films were that film was famously made at these I
did
studios.
See that in one of her interviews, and I got goosebumps.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, there's nothing that will ever take Christopher Reeve Superman from my heart as a Gen X kid. Can't do it. He's always going to be our Superman. So, all right, you guys. Well, we pulled 35 minutes of trying to find something good about this film, but honestly, it just for me it sets my sights on next summer and the Man of Tomorrow.
I gotta say, I do not like it more than Masters of the Universe.
I am so bummed that you did not join us for Masters of the Universe, because I love the shit out of that movie, April as well. We really, really enjoyed it. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much. Joe, where do people find you out there?
On Facebook and Instagram at Joe Colton Cosplay, and then Threads, Joe Colton Cosplay, and then I don't use X anymore, so it doesn't matter.
No, me neither. What about you, April?
At the April Carton on Instagram.
Excellent. And I'm also big on, I do not do X or TikTok really, but you can find me personally at the C3, THECEETHREE, and all of the Secret Friends Unite socials. Those are me running those. And of course, all of our podcasts can be found at secretfriendsunite.com, and of course, patreon.com/secretfriendsunite, where we have a lot of great bonus material. I'm also a little reticent, but trying to stay on track with doing my little 3-minute kitchen chats, which you see on all of my social media, where I'm just talking about something else that I've enjoyed that we haven't gotten on the podcast in 3 minutes or less, because that's the cutoff time. So I should probably shoot one of these sometime this weekend. So April and I went out and saw Obsession today. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. So I think we're probably going to do one about that, because that movie is a crazy success story. So, But anyway, folks, that's it for us this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to tell you, as always, that sharing is caring, and to keep on trucking. And Joe is trying to remember her catchphrase.
Yes, no, I got it. I cosplay hard, but critique harder.
I like it. And April refuses to have one, but she's smiling. All right, folks, we'll see you next time.
This podcast is part of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and podcast services around the galaxy, as well as video on our YouTube channel. You can support Secret Friends Unite by becoming a Patreon member, get bonus programs and more over at patreon.com/secretfriendsunite. Join our Discord community for even more discussions on all things geek. For all the latest updates on Secret Friends Unite, make sure to follow us on Threads at secret.friends.unite and visit secretfriendsunite.com. Find our merchandise at TeePublic and Redbubble. Thanks for listening, and may the Force live long and prosper.